today's chemistry session. Today we will have the discussion on mole concept, molar mass and percentage of composition. So we shall start with an important topic, that is mole concept. So what is a mole? Mole is actually a unit of measurement. A measurement unit that is used to measure the very minute particles of nature. That is mole. So, when we speak about the units of measurement, you are familiar with many terms that we use in our daily lives. Like when we say, I have bought a dozen of eggs. What it mean? You know that by hearing that word dozen, you know that you have purchased 12 eggs. In the same way, we will use a score of 20 items. That means when you say score, it is 20. And then gross for 144 items. When we say, if the number of items which you are referring is 144 in number, you will say gross. So you are familiar with these terms like dozen, score, gross, etc. In the same way, to denote a particular number of particles, we use the measurement unit mole. Why should we use mole? Because the atoms and molecules are extremely small in size, and their numbers in even a small amount of any substance is really very large. To handle such large numbers, a unit of similar magnitude is required. When we explain in a bit deeper sense, it will be very clear for you. When we define 1 mole is the amount of a substance that contains as many particles or entities as there are atoms in exactly 12 gram of the carbon-12 isotope. So this is the definition for 1 mole. So 1 mole of a substance always contain same number of particles. Just like if you say a dozen for eggs, or if you say a dozen for a dozen of balloons, whatever it may be, a dozen means it's 12. In the same way, when you say 1 mole, it is a particular number. That many number of items will be present in that. Okay, so that kind of a quantity which will give you a precise number of measurement. When you hear the term mole, you will know the number of particles present in that particular item will be this many in number. Just like when you hear a dozen of, what you understand, it is 12 in number. In the same way, 1 mole means it is a particular value, a particular number that denotes the mole. So 1 mole of any substance contains 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 particles. It's a huge value. And this value is also known as Avogadro constant. And it is denoted by Na. And this name is given in honor of the scientist Avogadro. And so when you hear any substance in 1 mole, if it is referred as 1 mole, so that substance will be containing 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 number of particles. Just like when you hear any item in a dozen of any item as a dozen, that is 12 in number. That items in that particular packet is 12 in number. In the same way, when you hear any item 1 mole, it will be containing 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 particles, regardless of whatever be the item, whatever be the chemical, whatever be the item, it will be containing 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 particles. So let's take a few examples. For example, 1 mole of hydrogen atoms will be containing how many number of atoms? 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 atoms, because it is 1 mole. 1 mole of water molecules, if you take, how many molecules will be present in it? 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules. Whether it is atoms or molecules, regardless of what it is, since it is 1 mole, it will be containing 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 particles. Then 1 mole of NaCl, that also will be containing 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 formula units of NaCl. You know why it is referred as formula unit. You have learned it in the last session. I hope you have got a clear-cut idea about the unit mole. Once when you know what is 1 mole or what is the unit mole, it is very easy for you to understand what is molar mass. So molar mass is the mass of 1 mole of a substance in grams. So the molar mass in grams is numerically equal to atomic or molecular or formula mass in U. So if you know the atomic mass or molecular mass of any substance, just you write it in grams, it will become its molar mass. Molar mass is expressed in gram mole inverse or gram per mole. In order to make you understand this concept of molar mass in a better way, see, I have given 2 examples here. In the last session, you have already done what is the molecular mass of water. That was 18U. So you just write it in grams, express it in grams. It will become its molar mass. So what is the molar mass of water? 18 gram mole inverse. In the last session, we have done the formula mass of NaCl. So what is the molar mass of NaCl? Just write it in grams, 58.5 gram mole inverse, and that is its molar mass. So next we will discuss about the percentage composition. We were dealing with the number of entities present in a given sample by speaking about mole. It is a unit of measurement. But many a time the information regarding the percentage of a particular element present in a compound is required. For that, we use the term percentage composition. Let us understand it by taking the example of water. Since water contains hydrogen and oxygen, the percentage composition of both these elements can be calculated by using the equation like mass percentage of one element is equal to mass of that element in the compound divided by molar mass of the compound into 100. So you should know mass of that element in the compound and molar mass of the compound. That should be multiplied by 100. Now molar mass of water, you know, you have already done it. So 2 into 1 plus 16, that is 18 gram. So mass percentage of hydrogen, that is equal to 2 by 18 into 100. Hydrogen is 2 in number, so 2 into 1 it is 2. So 2 by 18 into 100. So you will get the mass percentage of hydrogen in water, that is 11.11%. So mass percentage of oxygen also you can find out in that same way. That is, oxygen is only 1 in number, so its mass is 16. So 16 divided by molar mass of the compound, that is 18, into 100. You will get the percentage, mass percentage of oxygen, that is 88.89%. So this is how you will calculate the percentage composition of each element present in a particular compound. Now I will give you one more example to find out the percentage composition of carbon and hydrogen in methane, CH4. So here the molar mass of CH4 is 12 plus 4, that is 16 gram. So mass percentage of carbon is 12 by 16. There is only one carbon and its atomic mass is 12. So at 12 by 16 into 100, that is 75%. Then mass percentage of hydrogen is 4. There are 4 hydrogen atoms. So 4 into 1. So hydrogen atomic mass 1. It is 4 in number. So 4 divided by 16. Molar mass of methane is 16 into 100. So it will be, that is mass percentage of hydrogen will be 25%. I'll give you yet another example to find out the mass percentage of carbon and oxygen in carbon dioxide. So here we have the molecular mass of carbon dioxide is 44, and to find out the percentage of carbon, mass of carbon divided by mass of carbon dioxide into 100. So here mass of carbon is only 1. So 12 divided by molecular mass of carbon dioxide, that is 44 into 100. So you will get the value 27.3 percentage. That is the percentage composition of carbon in carbon dioxide. To find out the percentage of oxygen in carbon dioxide, we have 2 oxygen atoms here. So 16 into 2, 32 divided by molecular mass of carbon dioxide, that is 44 into 100. So you will get the value 72.7 percentage. So these are the percentage composition of carbon and oxygen in carbon dioxide. So this is the way how you will find out the percentage composition of the given compound. So this percentage composition will be helpful to analyze the purity of a particular sample that will be given to you. Now, how can you identify the purity of a sample by using percentage composition values? Like if you are given a new sample and you wanted to know or test the purity of that particular sample, if you know the percentage composition of elements in the pure sample, after calculating the percentage composition of elements in the given sample, you can cross-check with that. So you can analyze or you can identify the purity of that particular compound that is given to you. So this is the end of our session today. Thank you. See you again.